Hello everybody, my name is BACKSEATING, and I will be your recently resurrected host for the evening. How's everybody doing? It's been a minute. McChicken? Can I be honest with you? I don't know if I've ever even had a McChicken. Is that blasphemy? It might be blasphemy. Anyways, how's everybody doing? I have not streamed in like 3 weeks. Let me see. 3 weeks to the day, I think. Almost. And I did not mean to take a break. I did not mean to go on a hiatus for 3 weeks. It was an accident. Believe me, trust me. Trust me, I went on hiatus on accident. I was simply having a terrible time. And I was simply undergoing an existential crisis. It's okay, I was too. Oh no. Oh no. The Ides of March came a month late this year. I don't know. I was like sick, and then I wasn't feeling good, and then I was having like an existential crisis, and then I had student loan debt looming over my head. Glad to see you back. It's good to be back. I would like to I would like to do more. I would like to stream some more. Like I said, I didn't mean to take a hiatus. But I'm back now. And that also means that Ashes is back. She has in streaming tradition, she has arrived just in time. Welcome. What are you doing? She's hanging out. I think it's because she hears my voice and I don't really talk. So she's like, oh, something must be going up or something must be going on. So she comes to check it out and then she comes and hang out. But yeah, I did want to come back, but then I even made a schedule and posted it and then I had to delete it because there was no way I was going to be able to stream that week. But the week of the eclipse, you guys remember the eclipse? That happened in my time off. And I'll be honest with you, I slept through it. I took a nap in the middle of the day. I took a 2-hour nap, which was just long enough for me to miss the whole thing where I live, because it was also like downcast and rainy that day. So I missed the eclipse. I slept through the eclipse. And I think sleeping through the eclipse actually destroyed me. I think the eclipse was actually supposed to be the MacGuffin that activates my protagonist powers. But since I slept through it, my powers had no outlet. They were destined to be activated upon coming into contact with the solar eclipse. But since I slept through it, they instead used up all of my bodily energy trying to escape this vessel and reconnect with their awakener, their enlightener. And in doing so, used up all of their own energy trying to meet back up with the source of their powers, and in doing so, exhausted me. I slept quite literally for the rest of that week. I would wake up for an hour, and then I would go back to sleep. I would still be tired. I was so exhausted for some reason. I would wake up, and then I would go back to sleep, and then I would wake up for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I would go back to sleep, and I did that for 4 days, from Tuesday to Friday. Friday, I woke up finally alive, and I was like, I don't even know what day it is. I've only been sleeping. I was like barely awake for a week, which is probably concerning, to be quite honest with you. I don't know what that was about, but I did indeed sleep through my prologue chapter. I don't know how that happened. It was my punishment. For defying my destiny, I suppose. So that was 1 week I just completely like lost. And I don't really know what happened there, but that seems healthy, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe a couple things wrong with that. But I don't. Yeah. So that was my eclipse week. And then the looming weight of student debt was riding on my shoulders, so I just didn't stream. I've been reluctantly applying for jobs and doing interviews and all that kind of thing so I don't fucking die. But we're living life. We're living life. I disappeared for so long that McDonald's had a whole campaign where, you know how in anime they make it McDonald's instead of McDonald's so they don't get copyright struck? Well, McDonald's went full big brain mode, I guess. Full capitalism mode. And had a McDonald's special or something. I don't know. I only went there once. I don't eat fast food that much. But it was like the prophecy has come true. I don't even know if that's still active. It's probably not. But they had... McDonald's had their whole Japanese McDonald's rip-off, but make it official arc in the time that I was gone. I got the hiccups. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And in the time that I was gone, my Oshi came back to life, resurrected from the dead. So that's good. So thankfully, even though I have not been quite so active, I suddenly found myself having plenty of time to watch somebody who had just reappeared, who had redescended down from heaven, which is awesome. Big 11 out of 10 for me, I guess. I had a lot of stuff to watch. I had a lot of Made Mint to watch. My savior indeed. I didn't expect it, and then she came back and I was like, oh, okay. Now I need a new cursor. So I can actually, if I could get, I already have the Pomu Rain Puff cursor. If I could get a deerskin cursor and then now a Made Mint cursor, I would have the holy trifecta. I could swap out my Oshi for my Oshi for my Oshi, because they're all the same person behind the screen. But that would be awesome. I need somebody to give me I need somebody to make a Made Mint a Mint Phantom cursor set for me, please. That would be great. But no, I've been watching her a lot and it's been great, because as we know, in January when she graduated, I fucking cried and then I talked about it on stream. It's good that she's back. I was watching her play. Well, actually, I wasn't watching her play. This week, for some reason, my YouTube... Let me know how the stream's doing, by the way. I don't know if the audio is good or the music or anything. But this week, while I've been watching YouTube live streams, and videos even, they have been lagging like crazy. Like, they would just stop and buffer. And it makes them very, very hard to watch. And I thought maybe it was because... I use Opera GX. I thought maybe because the browser has a built-in ad blocker, it was like working on the YouTube, and they were like, I don't know, throttling it or something. But no, I have the ad blocker deactivated, and also I play for premium. So for some reason, it hasn't been working properly. So I just got annoyed. So I haven't been watching streams live the last couple of days, and I've just been watching them. I've been watching the VODs afterwards, because the VODs work fine. I don't know why the VODs work fine, but watching the live streams, they just don't work. And I don't know what that's about. It's actually very annoying. But Stream seems fine so far. Good. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what it is. I thought it would be, like I said, I thought it would be them throttling because I have the ad blocker, but I have it deactivated for YouTube, and also I pay for premium, so it's not even active anyway. But, so I've just been angry at YouTube for the last couple of days. But what I was gonna say is I was watching her play Bunny Garden, which which so is the new VTuber game right now. It's a visual novel, let's say, by Curate, Qureate, which, if you don't know that company, they are cultured. They are very cultured, and that's kind of the new VTuber game right now. I first saw it a week ago when Pekora, I don't know how to say it in English, Usada, was playing it, and I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool, because she's a bunny. So I was like, oh, the bunny girl's playing the bunny girl game. But I didn't watch it, because I knew that my Oshi would watch it, or would play it. And so far, in the last week, I've seen so many people playing the game. My entire YouTube feed is just like a dozen or more streamers playing from all over the world. JP, KR, ID, EN, from independent, corporate, all of them. They're all playing Bunny Garden, and it's hilarious. I probably will not play it, but well, I will probably play it a year too late, because that's what I'm at. Very cultured indeed. Yes, very cultured indeed. But she was playing it, which does not surprise me, and it was just so funny. She's just she's an Oji-san. She's just an old perverted Japanese man trapped in a made mint body. So that was fun. But that's kind of what I've been doing with my time. Just having an existential crisis. And I slept for a week, which was kind of unfortunate. Very cultured indeed. I don't think it's their most cultured game. It's relatively normal. I think Hostess Bar game makes a lot of sense. They're real things that exist in real life. So it would make sense that there would be a game of them. But they definitely have other cultured games for sure. Which I have not played myself. I only know about them because of my Oshi, because she plays them. But I'm surprised. I've actually watched her play through several Curate games on stream, and I'm very surprised that they continue to be, like, they're allowed on YouTube, you know what I mean? I mean, they're not, like, explicit or anything like that, but they are cultured. They are cultured indeed. I've thought about playing games like this but I would have to do it on, like, Patreon or start a fans league or something, so I could play Fate Stay Night in all of its glory or something like that, you know what I mean? I've talked about that before, but I don't really have a plan for today. I just figured, you know what? Why don't we have a yap session on the way back in, you know? Also, in the time that I got off, freaking, I don't know if anybody's TikToks look the same as mine, but for some reason, I don't know how TikTok knows me so well, but for some reason it thinks that, well, it's basketball season now, so now it's just basketball playoffs and the WNBA and stuff. But before that, for like a week and a half, randomly, I started getting videos that were like popular videos or memes, but they had like the joke edited out and replaced with just like an AI voice saying Reggie Rock. I was on Reggie Rock Talk. I was on Reggie Talk for a while there, and honestly it was pretty cool. It would be like they would like start the meme, and then there would be like a moment of silence, like it would be like this. Like they would cut out the video sound, and then it would just go Reggie Rock. And then more silence, and then we'd cut back into the meme. I don't know what it is, but every single one of those videos is like a banger. Every single one is like a 10 out of 10. I don't know where those came from or why people started making those, or I don't know the lore behind Reggie Rock Talk, but I'm not mad about it. Like it was a good week and a half where I was on Reggie Talk, and every single one made me smile. Reggie Rock anime noises always make me laugh. I also took a I also put my, what is it? Speaking of Pokemon, I put my MBTI, you know, the fake personality things. I'm an INFP, by the way. I put that into, there's like anime ones and Pokemon ones where you can see what characters you go with. And I got Mimikyu, which is pretty funny. Let me see if I can't find the Pokemon MBTI. There it is. Mimikyu, Dawn, a bunch of creepy people. Jirachi, Blossom, Cresselia, Gumi, Alolan, Vulpix, Pumpkaboo, Mew. There's a lot of cute Pokemon on here. I'm not... Pichu. I don't know. There's a lot of cute Pokemon. A lot of pink Pokemon here, too. Maybe there is some merit. Maybe there is some merit. You're an INFP? Same. Which you would know because I literally just said that. What was another one? If you just go to regular anime and then I click INFP, it's just a bunch of the worst characters of all time. Just the most the best characters, but like the most socially inept. Shinji Ikari is number 1. The Doctor from Monster is number 2. Ken Kaneki. Bochi from The Rock. Kuroki from It's Not My Fault. Something. I forget the shorthand for it. Watamote from Watamote, that's what it's called. Just a lot of Gara. Just a lot of really socially inept people. Megumin. Cinnamon roll. Hell yeah. I'll be cinnamon roll. Not just socially inept, but like a lot of very quiet people. A lot of very introverted people, which makes sense. But also, some of these characters are just insane. Why would you make me some of these characters. I'm not that inept. But the number one being Shinji just made me lose my mind when I looked that up the first time. I was like, oh my god. I was like, what the hell is going on? Hold on, I need a drink. And of course, I've been reading a ton of manga. Just a lot of manga. Just so many manga. So much manga? So many manga? I guess both are right. Both are correct. Are they? No, I don't know. They're both understandable, and that's all that matters. Hello, Ashes. What do you want from me? Where did you even come from? Hi. Sorry, I'm petting my cat. She's very distracting. What do you want? What are you doing? She's funny. She's a very funny kitty. She's funnier than me, that's for sure. I was doing laundry. I was doing like my sheets and my bedding and blankets and stuff yesterday. Or the other day. And sheets were done, but I didn't feel like putting them on until I went to bed, so I just left them in just a very tight little pile. It was like my sheets, my fitted sheets, and then my pillowcase. And just like a very neat, very small, bunched up wad on the bed, on the mattress. And she just came in and didn't want to sit anywhere else. She fell asleep just in the little pile. She does the same thing on the counters and stuff. Like if you leave a magazine on the counter, she'll only sit on the magazine. She's very funny. She's very, very funny. Very cat behavior. Very autism. Much wow. Very autism, much wow. What are you doing? What are you doing? Also, like I said, I was kind of sick, but I'm not like sick, but I cannot breathe. My nose is just constantly stuffed. I have not been able to, like, you know when you breathe intentionally through your nose and your nostrils like flare, like they open and close? My left one has not moved. Every time I look at it, it has not moved when I breathe in weeks. Come here, Ashes. 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 Lap cat acquired. Pretty sure you have a deviated septum? That's exactly what I was thinking. Come here. Because it's kind of always been like this, but it's especially bad lately. But I was thinking about getting a septum piercing last year, and then I was like, you know, I've never been able to smell. My breathing is terrible. I wonder if I have a deviated septum. And then I just never thought about it again. Get in the lap. Sit down. Sit down. Hold on a second. Okay, I had to take the time to get this cat to sit down. Oh my goodness. Your mom had a corrective surgery for that? Are deviated symptoms hereditary? That's a great question. I have no idea. Are deviated symptoms genetic? Some are. Some are from injuries. Some can develop in utero, which makes sense while the body is being formed. All of the above. Alright, and also my cat stood up again. Get out of here. What are you doing? Let's see. Deviated septum. You may be born with a deviated septum. You can also get it corrected. But yeah. I was told a long time ago, many years ago, that I would look good with a septum piercing. And I took that to heart. But when I finally started thinking about actually getting one, I realized my septum's probably deviated. I guess you could go in. That would be the easiest way to get diagnosed, because they can't put one in if you have a deviated septum. That'd be the easiest way for them to tell. Just go to your local tattoo and piercing parlor and see if they'll put one in you. And if they won't, then you don't. Or if they do, then you don't. And if they won't, then you do. Something like that? Something like that. Do you still pay if they can't do it? No, I think they evaluate you first. And I'm sure if they can't do it, you could always get a different piercing in instead. Like if you wanted like a ear piercing or something, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to do that instead. But I think they evaluate you first for specific piercings like that, because you have to, it'd be bad if you had a deviated septum. It'd be harmful. But we learned something new today. We learned something a little bit new. You guys want to know a fun fact? Before the stream, like 10 minutes up until 8 o'clock when I started the stream, I was frantically remaking my avatar because I tried to do something with it that didn't end up working out. I was thinking about, what if I put like a white background behind myself, like a white sticker or like a white stroke, so I looked kind of like a sticker. And then I tried to do that, but because of certain issues with my avatar, there's like a bit of excess. You can't see it now because there's no stroke or glow or anything, but every time I make a thumbnail, I have to fix this. There's a bit of like extra pixels in a couple of places that I have to erase. And when I was making the other day, when I was trying to make the like variation to see if it would look good, it does look good. It actually looks really good. But because I have to erase it on each version of the avatar, the erasure marks were done differently. So the sticker outline was or the stroke was actually like, it looked different between my normal face, my blinking with the mouth open, and then my talking with my eyes open face. So it was like 4 different, like it just looked weird. So, but then I accidentally saved it without the background layer, so I had to fix it. So there was like these like shitty like dead white pixels around my outline, and it looked bad. Like it didn't have my normal like black. It had like the basic black outline, but there's like an extra part of the outline. It didn't have that, so it looked really bad. And then like if I switched to my other faces, it didn't look right. Like you could tell it was wrong. So right before the stream, I was like, you know what? Let me just go back and remake my entire avatar from scratch for this face so that it doesn't, so it matches all the rest. So that's what I was doing before the stream. Trying to fix myself because I took it a little too far. I can actually show you what I mean. Hold on. Let's go here. And also let's keep the chatting BGM on. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? What the heck? Alright, we'll get rid of that. We'll put the damn Tokyo Xanadu music back on. Yeah, we'll do a little behind the scenes. So, I guess it makes sense. It's not a re-debut, but for my time back. Here, let me make another layer and then make it black so you can see what I'm talking about. Basically, on my, well, I guess it's easier to see here. There's dead pixels here, here, and around my hair that I have to erase whenever I make a thumbnail. Like if I put a stroke or a glow or anything around. And I don't know how to fix that. So what I do is I just erase it normally, right? But, and this part's the hardest always. I can never do it right. But if I make it like if I don't do that, you can see it on the stroke, right? But if I erase it and then I do it for like a different face, the erase part is gonna look different for each one because it's not being erased on the same. Oh, actually, I had a great idea though. Actually, I had a great idea. What if... Hold on. I'm taking that to my other monitor so I don't dox myself. What if I just put them all... Wait, did I figure out a good way to fix this? What if I just put them all... What if I just put them all in one? And then rasterize? Am I a genius? Am I a genius? Hold on. Am I a genius? What if I gave them all this little... Actually, they don't all need the drop shadow, do they? Only one of them needs the drop shadow. And then I could just erase them all at the same time. And then I could... Hold on. I gotta zoom in on this, bitch. I cannot do this. I'm focusing. I'm focusing. Good enough. Yo, wait a sec. And then that should delete them. That should delete it for all of them, right? Because they're all active. They're all active layers. They're all active layers. Oh my god. No. Damn. How do I affect multiple layers at once? Next question. Do I create a mask? How to affect multiple layers Photoshop. How do I do this? Is there a way to erase through all layers without merging them? Put everything into a group and then put a mask on the group. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, I'm learning. New group from layers. We'll call it group 1. And then how do I put a mask? How do I put a mask on the group? What is this? This is not a mask. Let him cook. I'm cooking. Mask group Photoshop. Mask group Photoshop. I don't know what that did. Alright. New group from layers. Regroup. Regroup. No, we don't want to merge the group. We would like to... create a clipping mask. Ooh. 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 Am I doing it? Have I done it? Now what do I do? How do they... how do masks work? I don't use them that often. I don't know, let's just try it. Let's see. I don't know what I'm doing. Is there any way to use the eraser tool on more than one layer? I guess I could make a selection and then destroy that. Hold on. Let's put this effect on all the layers. No, I don't want to do that. I wish there was an easier way to do this. So that I could get the same exact... edit. Because I think this looks good. If you were to get rid of the annoying bits. But anyway, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to fix this because what I did was... Whoops. What I did was I accidentally saved this as an image. So then the effect was part of the image. And then I saved it over my original image. So I messed it up. And then I had to select it. And basically I did that, except instead of I didn't get rid of the black part, I got rid of the white part. And then there was like white pixels all around. And it was annoying. But anyway, while we're here, I saw something fun on Twitter just before the stream. A lot of YouTubers are doing this right now. I saw Zentreya do it. But how many interest likes do you share with Zentreya? And then she listed off a bunch of things that she enjoys. And then you basically play bingo and it's fun. And then, you know, everybody has a different one. You play a little bingo. I thought that would be fun. So I figured, why don't you guys just help me make one for me? So I figured, why don't I make one for me? And then obviously, we have to start top left corner. First thing that your eyes are going to see. Wow, that's massive. That is big text. Yuri? I was going to say GL, but Yuri also works. GL. We gotta make this like 100 font. GL. Right in the middle. We're actually gonna make it let's put it in my font. I didn't put my name in my font. Should I put my name in my font? Nah, I like it better in lemon milk. Number 1, Yuri. Number 1, GL. After that, I don't know what comes after that. I don't know myself that well. Let's put them in random spots. Let's put poetry down here. You are the number 1 GL enjoyer. I have read more GL than I think anybody should in there. And that was just this week. I think I've read more GL this week than anybody has ever. And there's a new one that just came out. Sorry, I hit my microphone. There's a new one that just came out. It's a webtoon, I think, or a manhwa or something of that nature. Let me see if I can find it. Yep. Hold on. I'm looking at my recently read. Yep, that's GL. Yep, that's GL. 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 That's maybe GL. Uncertain. That's Geo. That's Geo. That's Geo. That's complicated. That's gender bent Geo. That's toxic Geo. That's isekai Geo. It's a lot of Geo. But there's one that started being released recently. I think it started being released in its original language in Korean last year, but it just finally started getting a English translation this week, or in the last week and a half or so. There's only 3 chapters out in English, but it's called Sherbet Above the Sea of Fog, and I love the art style. It is pirates. It is weird, off-putting noblewoman and awful, horrendous, cruel pirate empress of the sea. It's called Sherbet Above the Sea of Fog, and the art is very good, and it's pretty funny so far. I would describe the art as how would I describe it? Maybe almost like crayon, but not, you know? I don't know. It has a very unique style. I really like how it looks. Give me thick lines. It has some thick, it has thick lines, but more than thick lines, I would like to show you. I'm going to show you this panel because I don't think anything bad can happen if I show you this panel. Let me find it. Can you see this? It looks like this, but these are our main characters. No spoilers, but I would like to show more than thick lines. There's a certain other thickness. And also it's very funny. This is my favorite face. She's just like pondering. She's pondering the aftermath. But anyways, there's only 3 chapters, so there's nothing happening so far, but it is kind of fun. And like I said, the art is really good. Anyways, we have GL, we have poetry. What else do I like? What else do I like? Oh, how could I possibly not put Persona in here? How could I not put Persona in here? One of my professors, okay, so you see how I always make the text boxes too big? One of my professors got mad at me. He was like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Well, because it's easier. That way if I want to make the font bigger." He didn't get it. He didn't like it. My multimodal composing professor did not enjoy that very much. He didn't understand. He didn't understand me. But I always make my text boxes unnecessarily big. But I'll try not to. I'll try not to. Just for you guys. Because it really does not matter at the end of the day. GL, poetry, Persona. What's another one? I like Disgaea. I like Disgaea so much that I thought about just becoming a Disgaea content creator. The one time I wanted to play Disgaea. Because if I played Disgaea, I would not be able to play anything else for the rest of my life. because it's just very long games. Just all very long games. Let's put this guy on. I like Atelier. Atelier. LMAO. Did you type that right the moment that I said Atelier? What's that? What's a thing that I like? How would you describe? Oh man, where's this demon killer when you need him? What was the I like the little things. I like the details. The devil's in the details. How do I describe that? The Ken hamster? What? I don't know what that means. Oh my god. I forgot about the hamster. I've been summoned. Was nothing. I oh no, I've summoned. The rotating PNG. That is very good. That is very good. I was thinking of a conversation that I had on stream a year ago when I was playing Star Wars and I was talking about the little details in video games, but I don't know how to put that in a grid. I don't know how to summarize that in a word. I like the details, but if I wrote details, nobody's gonna know what the hell that means. Niche? No. I can't put literally I thought of putting GL a second time, but I don't think I'm allowed to put GL a second time. What else do I like? GL might as well be free space. Well, I like GL, I like Yuri, I like I was gonna say Shoujo Ai, but you should not like Shoujo Ai. FGO. Fate, oh my goodness. Type Moon, that's what I like. Type Moon. I'm a product of the 2000s. What can I say? Although I didn't even get into Fate until like 2017. Although I did play Fate Go for about 3 years before that. Let's put Type Moon. Let's put Type Moon right here. Hold on. I want to make it. Oh, whatever. Whatever. My guidelines hate me. I hate them. Northern Lion. I have to put Northern Lion somewhere. Northern Lion, my Oshi. Made Mint, my other Oshi. Imagine, remember the conversation I was having earlier? Imagine if all of that was not about my VTuber Oshi and it was actually just about Northern Lion. Could you imagine? We're gonna angle it so it takes up the whole box. Look at that. Imagine if I was talking about Northern Lion playing fucking Bunny Garden. Imagine. Surely nobody likes these 3 things in this order, right? So surely nobody's gonna get a bingo on this line, right? Once... Imagine Northern Lion retiring his social media and then just starting up, pretending to be someone else. Imagine, and he wasn't even a VTuber, so he didn't get a new model or anything. He just started up a whole new career as the same, still had a camera on, still same face, but he graduates and then reincarnates, but he just looks the exact same. That'd be hilarious. Good job, NL. Surely nobody likes... Actually, the more that I think about it, the people who like Northern Lion are probably also the type of person to like this guy and Type Moon. I can't just keep putting JRPG series on here, can I? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill out all of these. I'm gonna fill out all the spaces and then I'll move them around. We'll go through them and be like, oh, is it too easy to get a bingo on this? And then we'll move them around. It's because I don't want to post it to Twitter and then have people getting bingos right away. Not that anybody reads my Twitter anyway, but you know what I mean. Is alternative music too generic? That's like 1,800 different genres. That's like every genre ever. I'm just gonna put punk. I'm gonna put punk. I live a punk lifestyle. I have a punk mentality. Punk. Goose Game, but you mod it so it says punk instead of honk. You know what's something that I like that I don't talk about a lot? Because I like the PC98. Goose Game, but with more blatant anti-capitalism messaging. Exactly. More blatant. I like the PC98. I have a full collection of PC98 games. Most of which are in Japanese, because it was a Japanese PC. But I use Launchbox. It's like a front end thing. And you're gonna see it because I accidentally opened it up on Impact or on Instinct. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not gonna open. That's fine too. But I manually, individually, let's close that. There's some NSFW games in there. I manually, individually imported every single PC98 game in existence into my Launchbox. And that's pretty much all I did, 9 hours a day, every single day for like 3 weeks, a couple of years ago. And I made it about halfway through, and then for the next couple, and then I didn't finish. And then I stopped doing that. And then I sometimes will come back to it and import some more games individually. I still haven't done them all. Because, I don't know. It's like special spreadsheet organization time is how it feels like to me. Sometimes I just do tedium for a while, and I hyper-focus on tedium. But anyways, the PC-98 I think is really cool. It is a Japanese PC, preceded by the PC-88, who most of the PC-88 games got, at least the popular ones, got remade for the PC-98. But it has a very distinct art style. A lot of professional creators whose names you know, like Hideo Kojima, started making games on the PC-88 and the PC-98. Basically, it was the indie renaissance of the 80s and 90s. Well, PC-88 started late 70s. PC-98 started in the 80s. But it was basically like an indie renaissance. If you could afford a PC-98, you could afford to make a game. Motherfucking police knots. Exactly. And so there were companies that started making games. It was a place for... It was essentially the birth of Japanese video games, in the sense that a lot of companies that were founded back in the day still exist or existed for a very long time. A lot of including Alicesoft and Leaf, which are very popular visual novel creators, but also, you know, people who work at Bandai Namco and all sorts of other places. Falcom created Ys and the first Legend of Heroes games and the Dragon Slayer games. Incredibly influential. The first versions of those came out on the PC-88 and the PC-98, which then would go on to influence all of RPGs ever, which is crazy to think about. So there's a lot of history there, and also there's a very unique style, specifically of the PC-98. The PC-88 kind of looks like shit. I won't lie to you, but the PC-98 has a very striking visual style that really lends itself to all sorts of different kinds of artists who, I don't know, shit just looks good on the PC-98. Or it can, if you have a good artist on your team. And there are a lot of games that I think actually probably are better in their PC-98 forms, such as the Gargov trilogy of the Legend of Heroes games. I think look better on the PC-98 than they do on the PSP remakes, which kind of look very bland and boring and have a terrible translation. But the trade-off is that you can only play almost all of the PC-98 games in Japanese, because they're Japanese games, right? But I like the PC-98. There's a YouTube channel that I follow dedicated exclusively to PC-88 and PC-98 games that I watch quite frequently. And they have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. And then you get some stuff that, like I said, that is popular or relatively popular now, that got its start way back then, or is like rooted in something from way back then. And I don't know, it's cool. I think it's interesting. I like the PC-98. I barely know how it works. I do not have one. But it has like modular hardware, so you would have to like switch out different audio boards and all sorts of stuff like that. Because you'd have to insert the games into the PC, and then sometimes they would sound better with different kinds of audio boards and switches and all sorts of weird shit like that. I don't know. I don't understand all the hardware, but the games are cool. Most of them, a lot of them are NSFW for no reason. But a lot of them are like these weird genre hybrids. They're like, since there wasn't like defined genres as much as we have now, there's a lot of like in the case of like during the indie renaissance, there's a lot of like genre mixing. So like fighting RPGs and like strategy erotica and like all sorts of weird mismatches of genres and stuff. So you can find some interesting stuff. Not all of it's fun to play, and a lot of it is bad, but I still think it's really interesting. So I like the PC-98. Fill out this row. Let's fill out this row. Let's call it... Let's make it smaller again. Final Fantasy I do like, but here's the thing. I'm kind of... I love Final Fantasy, but I don't know. I really... I don't know if I it's not part of my personality, I guess. I love Final Fantasy 1, and I love Final Fantasy 7, and other than that, I've played 2, and I've played 3, and I've played 14, but it's never been like a huge identifier. I like it, but I don't know if it's something I would put on my bingo board. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But when I think of JRPGs that I like, I think of Persona, I think of Disgaea, I think of Atelier, more than I think of Final Fantasy. But I might still put Final Fantasy on there. I do like Final Fantasy. Maybe I'm overthinking it. What is... Can I put like... I could put alternative hip-hop on here. I could put like a Lupe Fiasco or something. Oh, you know what I like? Hold on. Select this. Select this. Select this. This is getting deleted and remade because I guess I could Control T and it would have worked fine. I'm gonna put... my favorite manga of all time. My number one. I typed it wrong. Chihaya Furu. I keep hitting Y instead of U. Fat fingers. My number one manga of all time. I love Chihaya Furu. Does it look right if I do it like this? I don't know. It is extremely underrated. It's so underrated that it doesn't have an official English release despite its popularity. And 3 seasons of an anime. It has... and 3 live action films. I forgot about those. It is one of the best-selling manga series. It has over 20... well, I mean, it's not in like the top 100, but it has like 30 million sales. It is a josei. And it is without a doubt my number one manga of all time. I love Chihaya Furu. It's just so good. You wouldn't think a game about karata, which is a Japanese playing card game, would be so good, and yet it is. It is so good, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't read Chihaya Furu, you should 100% read it. It's one of the best. One of the best to ever do it. I could put One Piece on here because I'm obsessed with One Piece, but I feel like I don't need to. If we put Final Fantasy on here, and then we put One Piece on here, did I spell peace right? One. I did. It's just a. I don't. Let me know if you guys feel the same. Peace looks like it shouldn't look like that. But if you spell it, if you put the E before the I, that also feels wrong. I just think the word peace aesthetically is a shitty looking word. There's no way to fix it. It just doesn't look right. Also, this template is by Shibu Sawa Liquor emoticon, which is great. EI and IE words never look right to you. They don't. They just don't look right. Except Atelier looks perfect. I think this looks. I think this looks right. This IE, this right here looks right. This IE right here does not look right. But if you swapped it, it wouldn't look right either. So I don't really get it. I don't really understand it. Sans French words, I suppose? I guess. I suppose. What are some other things that I like? I'm looking around. I don't know. I don't know what else I like. Hello, Weird Korsuki. Welcome. Cat. Oh my god, cat. Cat's not really an interest. That's just my only friend is a cat. I don't know if that counts. D&D. Oh my god, you're so right. TTRPGs. Well, we'll just put D&D. And then in parentheses, we'll put TTRPG. And then we'll make it... Can we make it bigger, or is it going to fuck everything up? It's going to fuck everything up. So we're going to make it not as big. Actually, we can make this bigger. We can make this one part bigger. We can make this probably like 72 font, and it would be fine. Yeah, look at that. Looks like it says dad. Perfect. Final Fantasy, I played the 4th one. Brings memories. I have not played the 4th one. I have only played 1, 2, 3, 7, 14. But I own all of them. In fact, I think I own Final Fantasy VII. I own the original, I think, 3 times. And then I own Remake twice. I don't own Rebirth, but won't give spoilers. I appreciate that. I do plan on playing all of them at some point, but see, look at this fucked up text box that I was rocking with. My professor would have scolded me for that. Let's see if another one. Another one. FF4 on DS is kicking your butt? That's because I don't know if you were here for that conversation when I was talking about it. That's because that is the hardest version of the game. The US DS version of FF4 is the hardest, the most difficult version of the game. The 3D version of FF4. Has like an insane balance issue. Yeah, it has whoops. It is, yeah, it's just, there's nothing else to say. It just is the most difficult version of the game. The PSP version has extra remake stuff, but doesn't have the 3D or the difficulty. It's basically there's basically two different versions of FF4. There's the 2D version and the 3D version. And the 2D version has a bunch of remakes and remasters, but what else do I like? We could put more music stuff on here. I love music. Can I make punk bigger? Nope. Let's ignore that. That didn't say what it said for a minute there. That did not say. I'm actually going to put One Piece. I don't know. We'll fix that later, actually. Like I said, we'll fix that later. We'll move everything around once I'm finished. I have to put... You know what? I have to do it. I have to put Star Wars somewhere on here. It's just... I'm not so much into it these days, but... I don't know. It was like my whole personality for a good chunk of my life. I read the... Before Disney bought Star Wars, I would read the expanded universe novels in every direction. I remember the Yuzhan Vong. I remember Jedi Apprentice. The other one. There's the one where Obi-Wan's the main character as an apprentice, and then there's the one where the Anakin's is the apprentice, and then there's the standalone novels, Zenoma Seacot. I even ran a Star Wars D&D campaign for a second there. I like Star Wars. It's good. It's not... It's... Have you played KOTOR? I have played KOTOR 1. I think I streamed it last year as well. Only one time, though. I have played KOTOR. I've played KOTOR several times, including a time where I put in... what is it, Brotherhood of the Shadow, and some other story-based mods. I own 2, but I never finished KOTOR 1, and then have been like, I never played 2 because I was like, oh, I'll play 1 and then I'll play 2 and then I'll play the Old Republic storyline and the MMO. But then I never end up finishing 1, and then I'm never like, oh, I want to play 2. So I've never actually sat down and played 2. But I have read the wiki many times. Wikipedia. But yeah, when I was a kid, Old Republic MMO first came out, I was on it. I had the subscription. I was in it. And I tried it again a couple of years ago. And I did a little bit of smuggler route. And it was okay, because it's free to play now. But yeah, I grew up playing Battlefront, the old ones. I mentioned that I learned how to mod too young on hardware and software for Dragon Ball, but I also texture modded Battlefront 2 on PC on my shitty little laptop so I could have my own like clone trooper skins and stuff. I was in it, man. I was in it. I was in it. Core memories. Yep. I was just having war flashbacks there when I went quiet because I was like nostalgia maxing for sure. I also what if I put like Bob Dylan? You really like Kuski's puns and wordplay. I think you're a liar. I think you've misinterpreted something along the way. I don't really like Bob Dylan that much. I grew up listening to Bob Dylan though. I wrote for one of my assignments in my first year of college. I wrote a narrative fiction, creative nonfiction. There we go. It was real, but it was creative. It's what's called a footnote piece. So how it works is it's like what's it called? Like a bibliography, like a reference page. And like you would write the thing, like it would be like MLA or ABA format where like the source page, and then it would have like a 1, a 2, or whatever, you know, kind of like how it is on Wikipedia. You put a 1 at the end, like the superscript or the subscript or whichever one it is, and then there'd be a footnote, and you would write the actually creative part underneath the footnote, and that was a really fun assignment. It had necrophilia joke. It had Bob Dylan. It had anime references. It was a good piece. But in it, I made a very poignant point where I talked about, I don't know where there might be Bibles in my parents' house. I have no idea. But I know exactly where every Bob Dylan book is. at my parents' house. They were like, the equivalent of having a Bible in every room was having a Bob Dylan book in every room. But I don't know if I like him that much. It was just my upbringing. I was gonna put... For some reason, my brain... I can only think of Lupe Fiasco. Why am I only thinking of Lupe Fiasco? That man fell off like 8 years ago. What do I really like that is none of these things? Nobody pay attention to that. Used to really like the Slayers anime. You know what? I've actually never seen Slayers. That's something I've always wanted to get into. Is the whole is like Slayers. It's like what are the spin-offs called? There's like a whole multimedia universe. But I never got into it. Denim fetish management? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never put hot pants on my interest bingo list. How dare you? That would never happen. I'm trying to think of more core elements of my personality. Your fourth favorite anime is Sword Art Online. Where do I even begin to deconstruct that? There is so many insane things about that sentence. The fact that you know what your fourth favorite anime is already is crazy. The fact that it's Sword Art Online, also crazy. Hot takes? You want to know what my hot take is? My hot take is that Sword Art Online is just dot hack but worse in a decade later. That's my hot take. I don't know what else I like, guys. What else do I like? Oh, I'm so stupid. Obviously. We'll put her down here. We'll put her over here. Me when people ask me for anything interesting about yourself? Yeah, I've forgotten what I like. I could just put VTubers. What if I did something really stupid? What if I went to... There. And then we put the Japanese in. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. It's my Oshi. Which you definitely couldn't tell from my cursor set, which is not made Mint Phantom Chattel. Minto. Phantom. Sashimaru from Inuyasha. Sashimaru. I give up. I have a lisp, guys. Stop making fun of me. Groomer Senpai from Inuyasha. Have you guys seen Yashahime? It's like the sequel. It started coming out a few years ago. I watched the first season and it was like... It had a decent start and then it was like super mid. And then it kind of got me back in, but it was still mid. But then it kind of grabbed me. But then it was like still pretty mid. But I do agree Ramen Takahashi is goated. She was absolutely goated. Is still goated. I almost put Baccano. Which was my favorite anime for a long time until I discovered Chihayafuru. I liked Baccano and Durarara. Ryoko Naruto. Oh my god, you know what I love? I love Crusader Kings. I played so much Crusader Kings 2. It's actually not even funny. The Paradox game, you love the dolls? I love like 2 dolls. I like Guess the Game and the other game one, and that's about it. Same. I've put maybe 80 hours into CK3 and I still feel like I haven't even learned the game, and I haven't like none of the DLC. I have like the first DLC, I think, that I got from like the pre-order deluxe or whatever. But I played an insane amount of CK2. I love the Norse. Obviously, I love the Byzantines. Obviously. You could gather that from my name. But I would always play Svityand in 769. And I would be Sigurd her ring. And I would go off. Ragnar Lodbrok's father. And I would simply pop off, as the kids say. And I would play multiplayer games with my friends, which was also very fun. We would get in the same room. Like, we would be in my room, in my house, and then we would play CK2 or like Age of Empires or Civilization. One of my friends I played a couple of hundred hours of Age of Wonders 3 with. Just lots of strategy games in my past, which is crazy. In CK2, the Viking Age kicks off after Ragnar gets his boating license. Yeah, which is awesome because if you start in 769, you can build up. You can basically play deep and tall for a minute, and you can pretty much have the Empire of Scandinavia before the Viking Age even starts, and then you can just go crazy. I also like the Vikings. I like the Scandinavia because you can get Varangians, which are, again, tied very closely to the Byzantine Empire, which I love. So, you know, I had to... There's a whole... It all comes back to the Byzantines, essentially. Put you in timeout for 30 minutes. How about that? There we go. All roads lead to Byzantium. Rome is not Byzantium. That is Constantinople, which is... Well, first it was Byzantium, and then it was Constantinople, and now it's Istanbul. I'm a fraud. You're a fraud. I mean, I have to, right? Since I just spent the last... We have to put... What the fuck? What is happening? We have to put... Just Byzantine on here, right? Bintine. Ben 10. We have to put Ben 10 on here. You know what? I actually never watched that much Ben 10. I was more of a Kim Possible. I was more of a Disney than a Cartoon Network, I won't lie, but I did watch a lot of Cartoon Network because that's where the anime was. Seems like you like history. I used to love history. I don't remember anything about history ever. I used to be super into history growing up, but then I didn't have to take a history class in university. But I was obnoxious about the Byzantines in high school for sure. That's where my name comes from. Is male manipulator music an interest? Is bloomers an interest? Ignore that second one. The underwear? That's not underwear. They're just shorts. Well, I guess the English ones. The English ones are underwear. That's not what I meant. I meant like Bulma. Buruma. I shouldn't have went to Wikipedia. Some people are interested in bloomers and clothing fetish contexts. Amen, brother. Amen. Spandex fetishism. Jeans has its own. Ooh. Shorts. Ooh. Diaper. What is it, this Yakuza like a dragon? Sorry guys, I'm learning here. There's a... Hold on, there's superhero erotica, there's Zentai, and then there's Darlex. What is Darlex? Oh. Oh, it's that black performance fabric. Okay. I didn't know that was a fetish. I'm learning. Something about wheelchairs on the Darlex page? Oh, it's used in the wheelchair covers. That's why it looks so familiar. My friend growing up had a wheelchair. So that's why it looked familiar to me in this Google image. Okay, so from the fetish page, I went to superhero erotica, and then I went to Zentai, which is sort of like Super Sentai, but it's think of it like Pink Guy, or like the green screen full body outfits that cover the face, like the nylon coverings, which you use for like CG and special effects and stuff. There's a very funny sentence on this page. It says, since it covers one's face, which it would have to because they use it for green screen and CG and stuff, you can be fined 150 euros in France if you wear them publicly. And some sports leagues, such as MLB, bans the uses of costumed hoods. That's very strange. This is a very long... I'm just talking to... based anti-fetish... Morph suits, yes, that's what they're called in English. Essentially. Based anti-fetish France. I think France invented all of the fetishes. I think France may have invented 98% of them and then was like, you know what? Never mind. And I think that makes them cowards, actually. I think France is actually unbased. I also used to make a lot of white flag surrender France jokes around the time when I was super into history. Bringing it back to something normal and less fetishy. What was I... What was I talking about? I can't put sea shanties and One Piece in the same column, huh? I like folk music, like sea shanties and work songs. I have a very wide breadth of interest when it comes to music. I don't know if I've said this before, but I have a single playlist that is... Well, let's look. I have a single playlist. It's my only playlist, except for my D&D ones and my JRPG music, which I did not make. I have a single playlist that has 8,258 songs on it currently. And if we just went through the first 10, the most recent 10, it is it's varied. Let's call it that. It's varied. It goes from a black country artist to a J-rock song to alternative hip hop to K-pop to glorb, which is SpongeBob hip hop, to gay country, back to K-pop, to punk. And that's just the first 10 songs. Drop the playlist? I will not. Because it is my personal playlist. But basically, I have a very wide breadth of interest. I like a lot of different music. I'm a big music connoisseur. I love music. I'm the type of motherfucker that says, I listen to anything. But then I back it up. I got like Turkish rap and like Russian anarchy. I got a lot of weird shit on my playlist. I like music. What can I say? I used to listen to some classical music, some Baroque, lots of orchestral stuff as well, plus video game music, right? How many songs? Right now there's 8,258, but that's after I delete some sometimes. I add new ones frequently because I'm always listening to music. But then I go back and I'm like, you know what? I didn't really like this song. I'm the type of person, when I like an album, I'll put the whole album on there, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really fuck with some of these songs. So then I take some of the songs off. Normal people curate their music, their playlists. They have like a 20-song playlist based on a vibe. Oh, this is my workout playlist. Oh, this is my sad playlist. This is my emotional playlist. Not me. Not me. You also just have one playlist? That's pretty cool. I started making this playlist when I was like 15. So I have deleted a lot of songs just because I don't like the songs anymore. I'm trying to make this look not awful. I like basketball. I love basketball, actually. It's the only sport I care about. I like a lot of sports in manga form. I don't really care about sports outside of basketball in real life. I don't like football. Soccer's okay. But I love basketball. With the WNBA sort of exploding in popularity in the last month because of the draft and Caitlin Clark and all that, the finals. It reminded me that I used to be really into the WNBA as well. I remember watching, I think it was the 2016 finals when Alana Beard made that corner 3 in game 1. Oh my goodness. The game winner. I was thinking about that. And then there's I used to love I always liked the Seattle team, like the Supersonics and the Storm. So I was into the Seattle Storm. So I liked Sue Bird and I really liked Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart was like one of my favorite players for a long time. And she got traded a couple of years, last year, 2 years ago, the New York Liberty, and then Sue Bird like retired, and then like nobody. Jewel Lloyd, I guess, is still on the Storm, but like everybody else is gone. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna be a New York Liberty fan now because Breanna Stewart's on that team. But then they have Han Shu, who's a phenomenal Chinese basketball player. She is 6'11". She's also like 2 or 3 time champion / MVP of, what is it, the WCBA? It's like the Chinese league, but they also have like, but then she also was champions in a different league against like New Zealand and Oceanic teams and stuff, but they never played her. She was drafted in 2019. And she played a little bit. And then she got long COVID in China. So she didn't play for 2 years. And then she came back and they gave her like no minutes. And she's not even on the team anymore. And she's phenomenal. So sad. So sad. There's my basketball rant for today. I was thinking about doing a 2K stream. I'm not gonna lie. Starting a league. I made a new My League, and yesterday I played the 3rd game of the season. I broke Wilt Chamberlain's scoring record, so I got over 100 points. I broke the 3-point. I broke Klay Thompson's 3-point record. I broke the steal record. I was 1 away from breaking the block record. I broke the field goals made record. And then I realized I should maybe stop playing 2K. I gotta calm down a little bit. Nobody needs to be that good at the basketball video game. But anyways, I like basketball. Let's make it fit. Can we make it like 26 point? Will 28 point make it too big? It won't. Okay. And then I realized it's gonna bother me if I don't make them all caps like they're supposed to be. I thought I swear to God, when that came out, came back down, I thought it said Bintine. I thought I forgot the Z again. That would have been so embarrassing. Bintine, a goated bit. It's gonna stick with me forever, that's for sure. It's gonna stick with me forever. I'd say my favorite music genres, top 3, I would say alternative, generally, like punk, emo, tons of rock stuff, but also like alternative hip-hop and like some weirder shit. I just like alternative music. And then I also like just hip-hop in general. Super up there. And then probably folk, like I said, folk music. I think those would be my top 3. But like I said, I also listen to just fucking everything under the sun. I feel like just putting hip-hop is like a free space, so I don't want to just put hip-hop. I'm trying to think of like things that were like nostalgia pilled. What is some stuff that I loved when I was growing up? Are you insane? YouTube thinks I'm into the Scott Joplin ragtime. YouTube thinks I'm into funk. YouTube thinks that I'm into 34-minute EDM funk remixes of the Balatro theme song, and I think YouTube knows me better than I know myself, because I absolutely 100% am. Like 100%. Should I put Maximilian, dude? I made a TikTok crying when he won the fucking Legacy Award at the Streamer Awards. I'm gonna put Max a million, dude. Surely nobody likes... Where should I put this motherfucker? I guess he's gonna go right here. I don't know why I'm putting I put 3 YouTubers on here, but I guess those are my Oshis. 2 white men in their 30s that have been doing YouTube for over a decade with Asian wives and same-age children. That wear glasses and have beards. And stream in a West Coast time slot with a similar content creation flow. And then made Mint Phantom. You'd like to play ragtime a lot on piano? You know what, YouTube? You know what? Let me go. Let me log into my YouTube on my phone, my personal one, and see. Because I don't watch anything on this account. I'm only on this account. I am only subscribed to Made Mint Phantom. But if I go to my homepage on my personal account, it recommends me. One of the first things that came up is Toad Sinatra, My Way, No AI, No Practice, Single Take by Reduced Fat Goku. Let's let me listen to this real quick. Listen to it through my phone.
And now, the end is near. And so I face the final curtain.
It looks like I shouldn't do that. It looks when I do that, it looks like it's coming out of my voice. It's coming out of me. I don't like that. I didn't like that. Most of my homepage is VTubers, basketball. Oh, this is a Honshu TikTok. VTubers, Northern Lion, and then some random weird shit like that. Theme of a shop that sells things you don't want. The top comment is inconvenience store. I hate this. I hate this. That really was an inconvenience store. I gotta put fighting games on here. I gotta put a fighting game. Third Strike? Guilty Gear? I can't put Type Moon and Guilty Gear in the same spot. Those are the same. Those are just the same thing. BlazBlue? I could just put fighting games generally. ArcSys games? Arc System Works? Let me just put Guilty Gear. Let me just put BlazBlue. Let me just put Street Fighter. Let me just put Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves with an extra E. Let me just put Kazuna Drive. I fucked it up. Let me just put World Warriors. Let me just put... Why can't I think of any other fighting games? Let me just put Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai PSP Another Road. Let me just put Tobal 2. Let me just put Naruto Chronicles. Let me just put Mugen. Let me just put Is this what it's called? Where you can be Santa and Jesus? Tekken 2. I like Tekken 3 more than Tekken 2. I'm just gonna put fighting games general. Because it's true. I like fighting games general. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. We had to follow the guides. We can do it. We could do it eventually. I shouldn't... Maximilian, dude, and fighting games cannot be on the same thing. They just can't. I don't know how that 1P got out of there alive. I guess we just gotta do it. I like alternative hip hop. I like a good, I like to scare the hoes, man. I like a good Danny Brown. I like a good clipping. I like a good MF Doom. Good Lupe Fiasco. I like some nerdcore. I like a lot of alternative hip hop. Card games? This is right. This is, I don't know, it's all just called folk music, I think. I think if you were to break it down into the bigger umbrella, it'd be like folk music or rural music maybe. But I like folk music, I like folk rock, I like folk metal, I like there's a trap folk song. There's like a trap shanty song that I like. But I like sea shanties. I like the Longest Johns. I listen to them all the time. But they have also a good chiptune album. I like chiptunes. I don't know. I got a lot of interest. Card games? I like board games and card games. That would be one. We'll put that one. We'll put board games. Board and card. Board, if you would do it like this, we can make it bigger. Board and card games. I love board and card games. My friends and I run Dungeon Mayhem tournaments, which is very fun. We have our own homebrew rules for the point systems and everything. Makes it really, really fun. For my last trick, I'm trying to think of something I've forgotten. Type Moon, Disgaea, Persona, Star. Okay, let's run through them. GL, Disgaea, Crusader Kings, Dungeons and Dragons or TTRPGs, basketball, folk music, sea shanties, work songs, poetry, Final Fantasy, Northern Lion, Maximilian Dude, Type Moon. Alternative hip hop, One Piece, board and card games, Byzantine, Punk, Chihaya Furu, Persona, Star Wars, PC 98, Made Mint Phantom Channel, Minto, Phantomu, fighting games, Atelier. Monster romance. I do like monsters. But I'm not putting any of my fetishes in here. Otherwise, I would have just put... We could make a whole new one that's just fetishes. I wouldn't have enough spaces. I'm a weird... I'm a weirdo. I'm a freak. Elves. Orcs. Goblins. Short stacks. The list goes on. Dragons. Harpies? People with nice personalities. There you go. People whose inclination is for love and kindness and understanding. That really gets me going. What is one thing? I still can't believe I put 3 fucking streamers on here. That's crazy. I have no personality. I like plushies, I like art, I like stickers. Okay, I'm gonna open up my launch box again and I'm gonna take it away from you guys. Don't look at it. Don't look. Stop it. Stop it. Stop looking. Let's move it over here. Why is the loading bar? Oh no. It's broken. Is there any particular kind of fashion you enjoy? On other people. I've never had enough money to really experiment with my own fashion. I have piercings and tattoos, and I like piercings and tattoos, but I feel like my general aesthetic kind of falls under punk. I can't show you the screen because my launch box is fucked up. The loading interface bar is still on here, even though it doesn't need to be. Okay, hold on. Move it over here. There we go. I would still just consider... I'd still say punk. There's a lot of stuff that I enjoy in terms of fashion. But... to be honest with you, I mostly think about that sort of thing in terms of like character design when I'm looking at characters and stuff, more than I think about it in real life. Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem. Falcom. Falcom and Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Falcom? I love Fire Emblem. That's too small. 24. This is a song from a Falcom game that we're listening to right now. This is Tokyo Xanadu. This is today's schedule. It's like the only song I know from that game by name. I would like to put Fire Emblem on here, but I don't know what I would get rid of. Alright guys, we have I guess a somewhat completed bingo card. Let me know, do you guys have a bingo anywhere? Because if you do, I'm switching that shit up. No, it doesn't matter. I think honestly probably the most bingoable one is this diagonal here. Basketball, poetry, Chihaya Furu, Star Wars. I guess the hardest part is you would have to know what Chihaya Furu is, but let's see. Diagonally, GL, Northern Lion, Free Space, Byzantine Atelier. That's an interesting one. This one also is pretty easy. I think a lot of people would at least get like 3 or 4 of these. It's not meant to be a challenge, by the way. I don't know why I'm making it into a challenge. It's just like a fun thing that you put your likes on and then you share it and then people are like, whoa, I also like that thing. What would I replace? Fire Emblem? I would replace Disgaea for Fire Emblem, to be quite honest with you, but I love Disgaea. Actually, Final Fantasy maybe? I like Fire Emblem more than I like Final Fantasy, but that's not because I think Fire Emblem is better or anything. It's just I've played more of the games. I was obsessed with Fire Emblem Awakening when that came out. Oh my god. I would get S ranks or A ranks with everybody in a single playthrough. I'd get all the I'd get all the like paralog characters, xenolog characters. I would play for like 100 hours plus. I went through and I got all the romances for all the characters, all the pairings. I probably put more hours into Fire Emblem Awakening than I put into Persona 5, which is crazy. That is an insane statement. Knowing what we know about me in Persona 5. I did everything in that game. Alright. I think we're done. I think we're done with this. How many interests, likes do you share with me, Soul? GL. I love GL. Falcom. Trails East. Xanadu. The Legend of Heroes. Kiseki. That's like 3 names for the same thing. Brandish, which I've never played. They also made a dinosaur game in the 90s on the PC 98. Maximilian Dude. Persona. Star Wars. Disgaea. Northern Lion. Type Moon. Chihaya Furu. Chihaya Furu. That's how they say it because it's part of the... In Karuta, you read the poem and then you put the emphasis on the words and then you go... And then Chihaya shares the name with one of the phrases, one of the cards, and then it's like, and they go Furu, and then it's like, and they draw it out, and it's like you gotta get it before the other character. Anyway, not the other character, your opponent, your whatever. PC 98, Crusader Kings, Final Fantasy, Punk, Made Mint Phantom Channel, Minto, Phantomu, D&D, Poetry, Alternative Hip Hop, Byzantine, fighting games, basketball, folk music, sea shanties, work songs. It's like Sashimaru all over again. Oh my god. One Piece, board and card games, and Atelier. Seven, not counting the free space. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide the display, and I'm gonna export it as a PNG. Oh, I guess I didn't need to hide the display. It's on a different monitor because I'm goated. There we go. And then we'll just put it in here, and we'll put it, save it as sold bingo. Bring Twitter back up. And then we'll quote retweet. What do we have in common? And then we'll put a thinking face. And then we'll grab it. We'll go soul bingo. Oh no, real voice reveal. Soul bingo. And then we'll post that shit. And then I will put the blank one in the replies. Blank for you. Smiley. And then we will paste the link in the chat. There you go. And then we'll might as well replace the pinned message while we're at it. How many interests do you share with me? I love this song. I know I've said it a million times. It's a shame it's only 2 minutes long. I should be able to fade it into itself so it doesn't just go quiet, but I'm too lazy for all that. Oh, you know what I should do? I should get this image on my phone so I can put it on Instagram as well. Hold on. I'm doing content creation things. Save the photo. Go to Instagram. Put it on my story. Look at that. There we go. That was fun, actually. We got to talk. I may or may not have gone on a few rants. Is it possible to find an extended version of the song? You know what? Tokyo Xanadu, today's schedule. Extended 16 minutes, extended 15 minutes. We could use the 15-minute version. Can I get like an hour-long version? That would be perfect. You can listen to the character themes, which are 20 to 30 seconds long each. Wait, is it The Usual The Usual Morning is also a good song. That is not what I was thinking of. I wonder which one's better. The 15.1 or the 16.13? Let's see. They both have... Hold on, I'm comparing their qualities. That was horrendous. You need to hear this. I'm so sorry. I opened the regular one, the 16-minute one, and the 15-minute one at the same time, except they're not at the same time because I had to switch the tabs, so it was like milliseconds off, and it is horrendous. Please brace yourselves. That is so loud, it's coming through my microphone. We did? Oh, did you hear that through my headphones? My headphones coming through my microphone? That's stimulating. That was something. There's a lot of other manga I could have put on this list. I love... and anime. I love Baccano. I love a lot of romance series. There's a lot of other manga and stuff I could have put on here. I could have put Fire Emblem on here. But instead I put my three Oshis, Northern Lion, Maximilian Dude, and Maid Mint Phantom Channel, Minto, Phantomu. Minto. Name separator. Fa. Space. Elongating the ah in fa. Ah. So fa. To. Same as the ah, but different. Same as the little ah, but different. It's just a dash. Meh. All right. That was fun. Did you guys enjoy my interests? If you do bingo with it, or if you make your own, if you do bingo with mine, or if you make your own, Make sure you quote the tweet or, you know, add it from your story on Instagram or whatever you want to do. I just want to see them if you do them. Because I think this was really fun. I didn't expect it to be so fun. I didn't expect to go everywhere that we went. I don't know how we got on fetish. We went from, what were we talking about? We were talking about like, was it basketball? And then suddenly we were randomly, or the Byzantines, and then suddenly we were randomly talking about fetishism, spandex fetishism. I don't know how we got onto that. That was an interesting one. Oh, I already forgot. I already closed out. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Hold on, I'm gonna download Tokyo Xanadu. Today's schedule. And then we'll just download the 15-minute one. Let's see if we can download the audio for this. Let me open my... this, and then we'll download the MP3 for this, and then we can replace the chillin' soundtrack, which is what I've named it in OBS, with the 15-minute version, so it doesn't stop right away and leave all this silence. You learned a lot today? Good. I'm glad. We're an educational channel here at Byzantine Soul. We aim to educate and nothing else. Sorry. What was I doing? I was tweeting. Go here. Hide this. Did this download? It did download. Where did it download? Where did I download this? Where are you? Tokyo Xanadu. Extended. Let's put that under music. Put it under game music. We'll paste it here. And then we will replace it with the extended version, which is now 15 minutes long. Look at that. I didn't have anything planned today, so it's crazy that we've been having a good stream. I need to stop tweeting and start talking again. But yeah, there we go. I had a great time making this. Let me know if you guys make your own or if you play bingo with mine. Please let me know. I am going to be streaming tomorrow. My friends, you guys know I'm not super into shooters, but my friends have done the friend group thing of purchasing a game for the homie. And so now I am legally obligated to play said game. And now I have to learn how to play Rainbow Six Siege. So maybe tomorrow I will play Rainbow Six Siege for the very first time. And be terrible. And learn how to play. And play unranked and casual. And try to level up before playing with the bros. Playing with the homies. Because I'm the type of person, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but with my friends, I can never, very rarely, very, very rarely, can I play a game for the first time with other people. I usually have to play it by myself first. Because if I play it with other people and they know how to play the game, specifically my friends, I guess, they're gonna try to teach me how to play the game, but I'm not gonna understand any of the shit that they're saying, and then they're gonna get frustrated because I don't know, I'm not peeking the angle, or I'm not doing the setup right, or I'm not doing this right. But I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I much prefer to play games by myself first before I play them with friends, so I kind of have an understanding of what's going on, and then I can understand what they're saying to me. It's the same for games that are not shooters and are not video games. I'm just the same way with board games and stuff. I'm like, I kind of have to I gotta run it through in my head. I gotta read the instruction manual. I have to understand what's going on my own before I can play with other people. But let's just switch back to just chatting. Actually, let's switch back to PNG so I can mute, so I can turn off the Tokyo Xanadu music, and then we can do this. Oh god, not R6. Yeah, I didn't want to play it. And one of my other friends didn't want to play it, but he has a weaker will than I do, so he got convinced. He got convinced to play it. So it was basically like, if my other friends could convince him to play it, then they would buy the game for me, and then I'd be obligated to play it. And that's exactly what happened. If it was up to me, I wouldn't play it at all. But unfortunately, one of the homies has a weaker will than I. It's just not very welcoming to new players. Yeah, I know. That's why I was looking it up. Apparently, you had to be like, you should play for, what is it, rank 50 or 60 before you go into ranked at all. And also, I'm not into tactical shooters. I don't like Valorant. I don't like Counter-Strike. I don't like... I'm way more into arcadey style shooters. I like when shit is moving. I would much rather play Call of Duty or Overwatch or Battlefield or something fast, you know? I just don't have the patience to sit and peek an angle for 80 minutes. Boomer shooters? Well, boomer shooters are more like Doom and Hexen and games that are based around that kind of stuff. At least in my mind. Shadow Warrior. And I like those games. Tactical shooters annoy the fuck out of me. Like, you would never catch me playing Tarkov or Valorant or anything like that. So I'm gonna absolutely fucking hate Rainbow Six, but I'm gonna do my due diligence as a member of the friend group. I'm gonna do my due diligence. I'm gonna fulfill my duty as one of the homies. And I'm gonna do my very best. I would much rather play Apex, honestly. I've only played Apex the one time. You guys watched me play Apex. That's the only time I've ever played. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. But something about... I don't know. For some people, I feel like for some people with ADHD, a tactical shooter like a Valorant or a Counter-Strike or an R6 is perfect because it helps them focus in and really like get into it. But for me, I get bored in like 2 seconds. I lose all sense of urgency and awareness. I lose all sense of danger. I'm not focused up. I cannot pay attention. And I get so bored. I gotta be clicking. Even now, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm just fucking clicking through tabs like crazy. And there's just something about tactical shooters that does not capture my attention. Like, I get super impatient. And then I get... Obviously, that's the moment I become impatient. I can't log back in, and then I die, obviously. The moment I stop paying attention. But that's what I'll probably do tomorrow. And then, after that, I will... go back to playing Islets and Eternites. And then I really want to play, I do want to finish Persona 3 at some point. I did kind of put that on hiatus, and then I went on hiatus. So... that got put on the back burner a little bit, but one of the games that I'm really interested in playing is Eiyuden Chronicles. I played a little bit of Chronicles Rising, which was like the prequel. It's an adventure game, like an adventure RPG. It's like a side-scrolling RPG. I played a little bit of that, and it was fun, but I never finished it. And this week, on the 22nd, I think, the actual full Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes came out, and it's sort of like a successor to Suikoden, which is just a classic RPG that I also have not played, but I would love to play. So I would like to check that out soon. Basically, I'm going to play 06 tomorrow for as long as I can stomach it, and then maybe we'll switch to something else. And then we'll continue Islets, we'll continue Eternites. We got a couple of things lined up for the future. One thing I want to do is actually play... Hold on. The words are coming. One thing I want to do is actually I want to play Honkai Star Rail and do like a collecting stream. While I was gone, I picked up HSR again, and I missed the first banner with Sparkle and then Black Swan, but I really wanted Sparkle, but I missed it because I wasn't playing the game, and I missed it, but I got Acheron. So that's good. But I played through the whole story for like 3 days. All I did was play Honkai Star Rail, and I played through the new storyline, what there is of it, and I caught back up, and I had a ton of fun. But All my characters are level 80. Even Aventurine, which just came out, and I just pulled for free, and I just got him. I was like, you know what? I don't really want Aventurine. I have all, but and then I waited a little bit, a couple hours after his release, and I was like, but I have all this Stellar Jade. Might as well roll for him, and then I just got him. So I was like, all right, whatever. I just got him on the 10 pull, so I was like, all right, whatever. I guess I have Aventurine now. But everybody's level 80, and I've been working on relics and traces. Everybody has relics, everybody has light cones, everybody has traces leveled up. Their traces aren't leveled up, but their light cones are leveled up. Their relics are starting to get leveled up. And everybody's level 80. So I just kind of been chilling, and I have nothing to do except one thing that I did when I first played the game, when it first came out, because I was obsessed with the lore. I was collecting all the books and stuff, all the collectible items, all the notes and the books and everything. So maybe one day I'll just do a Zatsudan, like a just chatting stream, and then I'll just be playing Star Rail in the background, and we can collect all the books that I don't have collected. Because that's kind of all there is to do in the game, other than just grinding for stuff. I literally had nothing else to do. I spent all my stuff on traces, and I had 5 credits left. 5 credits left, which I didn't even know it was possible. It's the least amount of credits I've ever had. Every time I finish the story, there's really nothing else for me to do, other than just grind. So I figured it would be fun, chill, kind of vibe, like Zansudan, just chatting stream, where I could just go around space and collect all the things I haven't collected yet. Fill out my encyclopedia. But those are the plans for the future, I guess. I don't really have a ton to talk about left. There was something I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Oh my god. I meant to tell this story. I remember. I meant to tell this story at the beginning of the stream. I went for an interview on Tuesday, and while I was after the interview, it was an interview at my friendly local neighborhood game store, and by friendly local neighborhood I mean an hour away, like 45 miles away, because I live in the fucking middle of nowhere. But I haven't had Popeyes in forever, because there's not one near me. But I went to, after the interview, I went to the Popeyes because there was one right down the road. And the dude said, the guy taking my order, I gave him my order, and he said, "Oakley dokley." And I was like, this might be the best disembodied voice that I've ever heard. Man said Oakley dokley, and I had to share that with you guys. That's not something I hear very often. That was not the service I expected from the Popeyes, but it is the service I received. And it made my day. I thought about it the whole highway home. Oakley dokley. IRL Ned Flanders. He said it so fast too. He didn't say Oakley dokley. He just went. I told him, I was like, oh yeah, number 3, Dr. Pepper, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, Oakley dokley. And I was like, Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley. Except it was like a 6'5" massive man when I pulled up to the window. He said, Oakley dokley. I was like, oh my god. I don't know how tall he was. But it was just an interesting interaction. I don't go outside very often, so I took note of that one. I took note of that one. I don't know, something about it really hit. Something about it. I also took a... Maybe this is a stream we could do. But I took a typing test the other day. How was the Popeyes? Oh my god. Oh, it was phenomenal. And it didn't hurt me, which I thought it would. Because I can't eat stuff anymore. I thought it was gonna ruin me. But I got it anyway. Like my esophagus. But, it didn't. It was very good. I got a number 3 spicy, which is a chicken sandwich with bacon and cheese and pickles and the spicy mayo. Or the spicy whatever, the spicy sauce they put on it. The part about you not suffering afterwards. I never suffer afterwards. I just thought it was gonna ruin my throat from the spice and the cheese. And the soda I got with it. But it didn't. It didn't affect me at all, which is crazy. Man, I should have got 2 of those. I should have got 2 of those sandwiches. Well, I saw it go away. Did it come back? I think it came back. I think it came back. We're back. What was I saying about the typing test? Oh, I took a typing test. And I'm a writer. I'm also computer addicted. When I was younger, a little bit. Not that much younger, but a little bit younger. Like a couple years ago maybe, my words per minute, maybe since COVID, but my words per minute was like over 100. 100 plus WPM. And now, I've been getting like between 70, 80. I swear to God, I fell off. I fell off. With 100% accuracy, right? But I fell off. Honestly, it's because since COVID, I've gotten a lot more comfortable in doing nothing. So I just kind of like, I've started typing slowly with one hand again, even though, I mean, I use both hands, but I sit at an angle on my computer. And so sometimes my accuracies mess up, and then I fucking don't do it right. And then I'm slower. It's because I don't have to write an essay in like 20 minutes before class, even though I had 3 weeks to do it. You know what I mean? I no longer have to do that. So my WPM has gone down. Have to get going. Have a good stream. Have a good night, Demon Killer. Have a great night. I almost made a social faux pas. I almost did the damn waiter enjoy your food, you too moment. I almost did it. I almost said it. That would have been embarrassing. But I didn't do it. But I almost did. But I didn't do it. but I almost did. Anyway, this was really fun. I'm glad to be back. I am gonna end the stream here. We had a lot of fun. Send me your bingos. Quote tweet them or story tweet them. I don't know how Instagram works. I never use it. But I had a great time. I missed streaming. I was honestly nervous. I was a little bit worried I would have forgotten how to do it. But fortunately we had... I don't know. Fortunately, we did our damn thing. We yapped. And that isn't that all we need to do at the end of the day? Is yap. To our heart's content. I think so. I think so. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. It's good to be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.